This week's lesson I'm going to try to talk about how you can harmonize a standard so that you still have a lot of freedom to phrase the melody in a more natural way. So this week I'm a little bit busy, so I don't really have time to do a complete lesson. So I thought I would do just a chord melody arrangement of a standard. It could happen to you, just to show you how I often do this when I'm playing with a trio or a quartet or something like this, and emphasizing that when you play chords under a melody, you're primarily playing a melody and adding the chords so that you still get a natural phrasing and a nice phrasing, and also have some freedom while you're playing it. So I try to make an arrangement that shows how I normally do this. Normally I don't really make the arrangements, I sort of just fill it in along the way, and I have certain solutions that will work for certain things, but it's fairly open and it depends on how I want to play the melody. Let's just go over the arrangement, and then I'll try and talk a little bit about what I'm doing and how I'm putting it all together. So if you go over this arrangement, you can probably see that I'm mostly using 3-note voicings, and I'm often placing them on the, well, in some cases I'm placing on the one on the bar with the melody, but very often I'm also just sort of adding them in there when there's room around the melody. And the reason why I'm doing that is I want to play the melody sort of freely, and I want to have the idea that it's still, the flow of the melody is there, and if I harmonize everything, then that's lost quite quickly. It becomes very heavy, and it sounds like a whole horn section, which is not what I'm going for. I'm going for more like a well, actually vocal, or like a horn player might play the melody. So I play the first chord I'm playing is this E flat major 7, which is in fact just a G minor triad. And then I add the chord under the G half diminished, continue with the melody. When I have the G, which is on the C7, I add the chord under that. That technique is something I do really a lot with this, because then there's time and it's easy to just add it in there. And if there's no time, then you just leave it out. Same idea for the next 2 bars, so just a simple version of the F minor, which is just the 3rd and the 5th, where the 5th is a melody. Again, a D dim, an F sharp diminished for the D7. And then I'm putting down the chord first, letting that ring, and then I play the melody. And this whole bit, well, that's the melody. I know I can put this A flat 6 under it, which is a drop 2 voicing. Trying to let the melody ring while I'm playing the G7, and then adding some C7 in there. Going back to, then I'm actually harmonizing the melody for the F minor, so you get. And the same goes for the D flat 7, harmonizing on the first first beat of the bar. And then because I have, in this case, a long melody note, I make this sort of small inner voice movement, which I think sounds nice, from the 7 to the 6 on the E flat. And then I have, this is actually not part of the melody, so this is sort of a chord fill. And then I return to the melody. And well, for the C minor F7, well, there's nothing too fancy going on. Harmonizing the F minor 7 like with an A flat major triad, and also here just another inversion. And then I think actually the melody is like but Chet Baker sings it like this. So that's where I got that. And then back to the first chord again, so the G minor triad for the second half of the theme. And here I just lay down the chord and then I actually play the melody by itself. And I do that like that because then you have a different way. I mean, the melody is kind of the same, but you don't really want to play it the same the second time around. And a similar solution to the next part of it. I'm not really gonna go over that. So it's pretty much the same. I might rhythmically play it a little bit differently, but that's about it. And then we're coming down to this part. So that's bars 27 and 28. Well, I'm coming out from the D flat 7 on the same E flat major voicing. The melody is a bit different, there's more happening, so I'm doing this part of the melody, not playing any chords there. And then this note, I play it and then I add the chords under it. So first this G half diminished, which is just a G minor, making it a C7, and then resolving that, which is not really part of the melody, and then playing the melody, adding the chord, melody again, and then just a turnaround, which is like E flat 6, C7 altered, F minor, B flat 7, flat 9. So that's how I approach it. As you can see, like the voicings I'm using are often intervals, and I'm sort of thinking out of the chord and using all the triads and a few drop 2 voicings and stacks of fourths, and just fitting them in whenever I have the space and the time to add them, because the important part is that you play the melody in a convincing way and then you add the colors of the chords later. They're icing, they're there to fill up stuff, they're not really there to dominate the whole theme. The melody is, to me anyway, way more important because it makes the whole a lot stronger if you have a strong phrasing on the melody. So I hope you can use this. It's a bit short and I'm not going into so much detail as normally, but just an insight in how I might play a standard melody like this in a trio setting. In any case, thank you for watching. I hope you can use it and that you can make your own chord melody arrangements. If you have any questions, then make sure to leave them here on the video or get in touch with me on one of the social media networks like Facebook or Twitter or Google+. Maybe I can explain some stuff that I left out a bit more. If you have any suggestions for other things that I should do in lessons, then they're welcome too. It's always nice to hear what you guys want to hear about. If you like the lesson, you can like it on YouTube, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course you can also go to my website where there's a PDF of this arrangement that you can download. And you can also subscribe to my newsletter there if you want to stay up to date with new lessons. So thank you for watching, and until next week.